Hey, another part of Control today. I'm going to start with AWE DLC this time, so this part will be all about that. We are going down into the investigation sector and see what's up with that story. If we will get some more information about what happened in Bright Falls and what happened to the, I don't know, survivors. I would be really happy if I get more about Agent Nightingales, because I'm not sure. I don't think I got what I wanted from that character in the original Alan Wake game. Yeah, I finished the Foundation DLC last time, and also that's not completely finished, since I remembered that there was this chasm, some locked door leading into some kind of chasm. I don't know what's there, but I haven't opened it yet. I thought it would be at the end of the DLC, but it was not. So I'm planning to head back there, but I don't want to mix it in here, so I'll probably do one more part at the complete end after I finish AWE and maybe run around some things I forgot. But yeah, we talked to everybody and now I can just go down to the investigation sector. But one more thing before going down. Collectibles, hotline? What's that? Departure. Did they hear this? Another crisis workday resolved. But scrutiny is not permitted, enjoyed. Tell the sidekick Pope Snoop to leave. Please, immediately. Before it is time to begin, become. Next task, chapter stage. We will be with you soon, Jesse, Dylan Faden. Jesse slash Dylan Faden? What? Huh. Alright, I'm not going to go talk to Emily, even though maybe I should based on that. No. This episode is all about Alan Wake and AWE, so I'm going to, not this one, hotline. In the Foundation we got some messages from Marshall, and I guess in AWE we will get from Alan Wake. And this is the one we got when I first arrived here, so let's do this completely as it should be, and I'm starting with listening to this one again. Hey Alan.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there. A presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle, trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss, so it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away, and made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a man desperate to escape. She sensed something else too. A hunger in the dark, not unlike the hostile resonance, waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation Sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
Alright, great. Well, I listened to this once before playing Alan Wake, and now after I played it, makes more sense, but I'm just thinking... It seems like Alan Wake wrote in Jesse helping him out, and he reached out to her. He reached out to her somehow. And maybe she will save him anyway. That's why there's Control, then Alan Wake 2. Maybe. Well, I can't just theorize all the time, so let's just go ahead and see. There was one page here that I already read. Missing agents. Here are latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Kahn, I am not going to read that. Yeah, I don't know any of these names. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid. Right? And there's many of these. Tracked or supplement. Supplementary materials. Blah, blah, blah. Burrow William, male, Caucasian, case summary. 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained from coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Ugh. Blunt force injuries, head, lacerations, left ear, cheek, blunt force injuries, extremities, dislocation, right knee, complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus, extensive trauma, abdominal region, complete avulsion of multiple organs. Okay, he's just all sorts of fucked up. Fine, I get it. Conclusion, it is my opinion that Mr. Burrow's death is not the result of a mechanical accident as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. Great. Can I take these things? Yeah, I should pick them up and throw them there. Right, yeah, I could go here. The sounds are weird in here. Keystone inspection, Mr. Kirkland. We stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this Grumman Morales desertion issue. We didn't find any sign of them here. Given their records, it is possible they've switched teams, like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case, but that was just the adults, if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out there to cordon this place off and maybe get the comms guys working on a cover story. Sincerely, Agent Keenan. Cordon. Never heard this word. Yeah, but I'm guessing it's like seal it off. 2 overlapping circles with dot in the shared space. Did I see that? It seems like a familiar sign. Maybe, maybe not. And the sounds here in here are so crazy. Firebreak sector head office. Okay, let's read this last document I've seen here. Resignation letter. To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my departments. Blank, my staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our blank, who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the blank loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that firebreak. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The blank has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, William Kirkland. This is just the now. This is like 2019. It's the year Control came out. Like it's a year this all happens. On R, I'd guess Director Trench might be here. It seems like a good guess. But there's something more here. So many of them. Mr. Dennis, so yes, there's an increase in IWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate the whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Sir Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. Alright, so Mr. Dennis, I say Dennis, is the replacement for Kirkland, and we lost the staff we lost in the Hartman thing. Hartman is the doctor, the asshole doctor from Alan Wake. And I remember reading somewhere about... I really don't think I'll find it if I look for it, so maybe I should not. But I remember it being somewhere mentioned that maybe the typewriter page? I feel like it might be it. Yeah, right, not going to look for that, but yeah. I remember being mentioned that two people that came in contact with the dark presence at Alan Wake survived, and that's Agent Nightingale and Dr. Hartman. But what does Hartman have to do with this place? That I do not know. Well, we'll learn about that. Maybe it's just a different Hartman, this one, with the same name. We'll see. Okay, more things to read. Tractor procedures. Item is not in bureau custody, none known. A Frank elk tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion, considered highly aggressive and dangerous. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of a Burrow farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panicked calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Burrow only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Let's hope they are not. Man, another one. How many of these things are here? I'm going to go crazy by reading stuff. Alright. Let's read it though. Ethics investigation. Transcript of conversation. Subject Dylan Faden for review by Dr. Darling. Note. Subject was alone during this outburst. You again? I thought I told you to leave me alone. Why are you showing me this? I can't do anything. Can you see where I am? Why don't you help me get the fuck out of here? You always show me things I can't do anything about. Stop showing me her. I don't care anymore, and I don't care about you. You both left me here to rot. Fuck off, you bitch. I will dig out my own brains if it means getting rid of you. I don't want you here. Get the fucking message. Subject repeated the phrase fuck off numerous times before being sedated at 17:53. Wait, what? I thought I already read this. Alright, I was kind of confused that that has nothing to do with ethics investigation, right? So I just read something else. This is the one I picked up. Official findings report the prime candidate program internal confidential. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation, blah blah, was launched into the legality of the prime candidate program by the Federal Bureau of Control, since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews. Very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic blank and blank. Blank were brought into the oldest house and placed under blank examination and tested with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic blank of preternaturally inclined blank. Not only is this in breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human ethics, maybe. This investigation theme unequivocally blank the prime candidate program and recommends that it be blank immediately. Alright, so they are against the prime candidate program. Makes sense. It is a little bit immoral, I guess. Fine. Well, this is the... yeah, these are the stairs I went through. Fine, let's go and check the upper floor. I think that that place for the power cube up there would open this side, right?
It's not working.
Yeah, it's not.
Probably a loose power core somewhere.
Probably. Another document. Collagen Lake update. Well, that's something we want to hear about. All right. Collagen Lake. The chief investigator, Dennis. It happened again. Third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our blank. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough, but why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Collagen Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they are researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this blank hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at the HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Estevez. I'm sure this one... no, this one didn't die in that incident, since it's not Kirkland in charge anymore. Probably. Sector head office. Damn, there's so much here. 1, 2, 3. 3 more. Okay, well, this is a reading episode then. Can't do much about that. If there's things to read, I will read them. Trench, official warning. Kirkland, I'm growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The prime candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Zakaria Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Oh man, this part, I thought he's fine in these two paragraphs maybe, but this last part is so fucked up. So he's definitely already taken over by his man. He went off, paranoia and everything. All right, well, let's read up. Director Investigations. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Blank was launched into the blank of Director Zakaria Trench. A recent change in blank witnessed in Director Trench, including aggressive blank when blank with other staff has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable blank between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggest their arguments center around the dimensional research wing at the blank kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's blank as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behavior is not indicative of any blank and that his fitness to lead is not in question. Compiled by Redacted. Yeah, who did this? This doesn't seem correct. He should be... His fitness to lead should be in question. But fine. So many blanks in that. I really don't see the point in those. I understand, as I said multiple times, I understand that it gives you the feeling that, yeah, they do redact stuff from documents. But it just... I mean, it wouldn't, like... give me that much, you know? I don't know. I don't like those blank spaces in those documents. Makes things just harder for no reason. Official Findings Report. Dr. Rhea Underhill. Dr. Rhea Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabotanist stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connections to paracriminal organizations or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. I don't know what the NDAs are. Well, her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Oh man, I read so much today. Fine. So, this is just some background information on how what we already knew about Dr. Underhill. So let's take this one. There.
Now that gate should open.
Hopefully. Nice. Another document here. Is this whole DLC just reading? Specimen Escape Assessment. The purpose of internal investigation X something something is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI1 that resulted in the death of blank agents. In an inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researchers' notes on the specimen from the internal network. On the blank of blank, the specimen began displaying a sharp increase in aggressive behavior. Maybe. Cross-referencing that date with various logs found only 2 events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. The air filters were changed. An hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice Blank entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. Oh, Alice Wake? Okay. Given their connection to the same AWE case, it is likely that Mrs. Wake's presence is relevant to the specimen's escape and to the blank. Investigation is ongoing. Alright, so Alice was here. Cool. And we're going to the motel again. Cool. Okay. I don't have any new abilities. I'm all powered up.
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
Yeah, no shit. Another one. Cool. Blessed Organization. This group individual has operated outside of the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit supernatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the illegal use of an altered item. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed Organization. That's interesting. I remember hearing about some of these. This was maybe about the slide projector, I think. One of these, or this one, was about the camera that was in the Foundation DLC, and I don't know which one was this, but I feel like we heard about this. All right, so maybe that's something that's important. Cool. Okay, well, let's go to the motel.
Do we know each other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to... I've forgotten. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake.
What's going on? There he is.
Who are you? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's
What?
nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role. A character. The protagonist I played in my old film. I'm a filmmaker. An auteur like yourself. We're working on this together, remember?
What?
An artistic collaboration. You need a drink.
Night Springs. It was darling.
Yippish.
Kippis. What language is that?
Endless darkness. Nothing holds still.
But we're very close now. You've been writing. I found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Riding.
You found a way!
No. I don't... Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen him.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
Okay. It was a weird experience. Thomas Zane.
That was Alan Wake, the writer who went missing in that AWE case I read about. What's he doing here?
Good question. What is Thomas Zane doing here?
Thomas Zane was with him.
Yeah.
The poet. No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
How was he a filmmaker? He was a poet. He said he was a filmmaker here. Alright, well, I can't wrap my head around this. Mr. Scratch, why does Thomas Zane will look like Alan Wake? Where is Mr. Scratch? Is that maybe him? Alan found a way out. What do they mean by they're making a movie together? Does that maybe mean that they wrote everything that's happening here in the bureau right now? Maybe? Because Alan Wake wrote Jesse into the story somehow? And now he found a way to get out by Jesse helping him. That's my theory for now, at least. It's locked. Yeah, let's see. It's dark outside. I guess we'll maybe deal with the dark place here this time. Maybe we'll go... Everything opened. Let's go and check these. Right, the TV. Not creepy at all. Yeah, shut up. Radio, TV, fine. I'm just going to go without a single care, and if something scares me, well, I'll just be scared. But I'm not going to go carefully around. Right, that's done. Okay, I turned everything off. Are we done here? Maybe. No, we're not. Right, where to go then? I can't ring on this bell again. Maybe the last door opened now? Yeah, it did. And there's the key. Cool. Okay, let's go out.
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could.
Oh.
Lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. A resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
What? So Hartman is some kind of monster now? He was always a monster if you ask me. But sure. Alright, let's listen to the whole recording. I guess it'll be long as well. A minute and a half. Well, let's listen.
Dr. Emil Hartman was desperate. The Federal Bureau of Control had stolen his life's work. This was his last chance, his final experiment. What he'd been too scared to do before. Hartman dove into the lake, was taken, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Only an echo of him remained, fragmented impulses on autoplay, violent, bloodthirsty darkness in the driver's seat. Emerging from the lake, the thing was captured by the FBC, brought in, contained, studied. The thing broke loose, killed everyone it could. The FBC fell back and sealed the sector. The thing was alone in the dark, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. Not darkness, but similar enough. A sound. A resonance. It shouldn't be a surprise. If there's one, why not another? The darkness inside the thing could have been immune, could have resisted, fought, could have been passed by, passed through with no effect. But it didn't, and it wasn't. Maybe it had grown weaker over time, not aged. It was timeless, but weaker with no link to its source. A metamorphosis followed. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Okay, well, I have some guesses again. And my guess is that... yeah, the resonance that he was talking about is probably the hiss, right? That when hiss started acting up, then that's when Hartman changed again, something different. So he was taken, And there are taken, and then there are his. If I think about it, I feel like it's something like in the dark place. Wait, is this still called? The mission is called A Dark Place. Yeah, it still is. The dark place was described like a place where many dark presences lurk and wait. Dark Presence was the main villain, let's say, in Alan Wake, if you didn't know. And there, it was said that there are many of those entities, so maybe one of those created the Taken in Alan Wake, so the Dark Presence, and another one creates his, maybe. So it's a little bit different kind of dangerous entity with different minions. One are Taken, one are his, and Hartman is like a mixture of both of those. Maybe. Well, it's enough guessing. Let's just go forward. I guessed long enough. I just like to try and think it through if I understand it correctly. Gather my thoughts, let's say, you know. Seems like a good idea in these kinds of games. If I can gather my thoughts, it means at least I understand something. Even if I understand it wrong, I understand something, which is always good, I think. Alright, so we've got a map now. I don't feel there's any... This won't open for me, will it? And I doubt the other side won't open either. No. So let's go down there. Yeah, and that side won't open. But let's just try it out anyway. There's a lot of blood there. Oh, he got squished. Oh, damn. Bad way to go. Fine.
Creepy, damp, and abandoned. Why did Wake want me to come here?
Had to help him out. Alright, nothing to read around here. This place looks exactly the same as the one I came out of. Only there's no control point. Abandoned offices. Sector head office. Alright, that's where we came out from. There was no fight. What? What are those things? Why are they overlapping and changing sizes? What the fuck is going on? Well, I guess I'll find out. Shaded facet material. I don't feel like that's something I'm actually... What's going on? I hate this. I really do. This is creepy. Filing and processing operation center. No, maybe I should actually track that. Assets. Yeah, that's the first one. Oh, we actually have here where do we get those from, I guess. Cool. But anyway, let's just...
That doesn't look like a house shift.
No, this is just crazy.
Do I even want to know?
These things duplicate and are... Okay, I'm not even going to guess. It's not something I can understand. There's not something you are supposed to understand, I don't think. Climate. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, let's just take this. Why not? I mean, I don't have anything else to use those ability points on, so yeah. Filing and processing. Well, finally we're fighting. Oh. Well, what am I fighting? I don't see anybody. Oh. There they are. killing myself by fighting this way. Right, so this time we're fighting the taken over guys. That's cool, I like that. I mean, I'd rather fight these shooting people than the creepy exploding hiss. Can't get there. But there is a chest, I need to be able to go there. Right? Alright. Okay.
Of course, the hiss are already in here.
Of course. Confiscated motive. Well, we are getting some new materials. What will we be able to create here? That's not the way to go. Well, there's a hole in the wall on the painting here, so maybe I'm supposed to make a hole in the wall behind it. Get there. Let's read first. No, I'm not trying to activate this. No. Okay, Hartman arrest. Offender names: Hartman Emil. Victim names: Wake Alan, Anderson Thor, Anderson Odin, Blank, Lane Rudolph, Desolé, Wendy, Merson Thomas, Blank. There's many of those. Officer names: Dennis Special Agent Remy. Code 4: Kidnapping of altered individuals, 1 count. Sanctions against altered organizations, 1 count. Obstruction of Bureau investigations, 1 count. Breaching the Ash Act, 6 counts. Offenders' property seized as evidence to be used in conjunction with an ongoing AWE investigation. Offenders' personal effects have been sent to research for analysis. After being cleared by Bureau researchers, all victims have been released. Biannual surveillance orders were assigned to each, except the Andersons brothers, due to their senility, and Wake, possibly deceased. Alright. Yeah, that didn't help. I'm trying to get there. Can I get there from up? From above? No. Well, let's look for some explosive. Must be something around here. Service tunnel, not yet. Food gossip. Hello, my feet gossip at night and now I have to wear shoes to bed. Sincerely, me. These must be dead letters, right? Yeah. I love dead letters. They make no sense usually. I love them. Alright, well, I don't have any explosives here. Was there one in the shelter, maybe? No. No, but let's take this. I don't know what it does. It doesn't look like an explosive, but I mean, I'll try something out, at least. I mean, there, it must be. Did it clear the way? Yeah, it did. Nice. Hidden location discovered. Amazing. Alright, well, I figured it out. I'm so proud of myself. Okay.
Whoa. Looks like the house has gotten a little wild in here.
It sure did. But why? That's the question. Why here? Maybe we'll even get something more on the whole oldest house information, or... Because I was expecting just to... Oh, damn it. It looks disgusting. I was just expecting explanations for Bright Falls and Alan Wake. Not really control story.
Darkness is blocking the door. So now I have to deal with an interdimensional noise and sentient shadows.
Yeah. So his is noise, right? How am I... Do I have something that shines brightly? I don't think I do. Oh, Here is something. Oh, like this. Okay.
Light burns it away, huh?
It's a shame I...
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it's a shame I don't have a flashlight. Yeah, there's more lights inside here, so that's probably why I have this room available. Let's just take it with me for now. So we are actually battling Taken here. Probably will be, at least a bit. Okay, nothing down here. Oh, another... Oh my god, what the hell happened to this guy? Shit. It looks like his jaw was cut off too, because this is not how a skull should look. His jaw was ripped out and even his hand is all skeleton-y. How does that happen? I don't think it's been that long since he got killed. Couldn't be. Oh well, let's explore this place. Why is it shaking so much? This shouldn't be dangerous to me. There are no enemies. I'm sure there will be. These mold assholes are always scaring the shit out of me. Oh, there's nobody here. What the hell? Okay, well. I'm glad. Even the music scared me there. Okay. Nice. Did I miss something? No, that corridor there was the shifted part that I couldn't get through. Yeah, let's just track what I'm actually doing. Did you see that? It was like a huge person just... That was so disgusting looking. Was that Hartman? Will this be like a hide and seek horror party here? I don't like that. And he was all bent over. That looked so weird. Man. Astral constructs. Construct surge. Surge fires adhesive munitions that detonate when manually triggered or if their timer expires. Okay, sounds cool. Mods. Yeah, still can't upgrade it. I don't have the corrupted sample. Let's take the light. Just to be sure. Be safe. Alright, nothing over here. So let's go that way where the creepy guy was. Why not? Man, this is so...
Third thing. The sound made darker, the darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched, like a worm through time. The third thing was a monster. Now we crashed out of darkness toward Faden.
Oh no. We don't like that. Alright. Let's see the whole message. The third thing. So it must have been Hartman.
The resonance carves its way through the thing that had been Hartman, vibrating, remolding. The sound changes the darkness, and the darkness changes the sound. They both changed what remained of Hartman. They all turned into something else. A third thing. The sound made darker. The darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched. Stretched as anyone when seen from out of time, like a worm through time. Almost an Ouroboros, a spiral, a maelstrom. The gravity well of a black hole, twisting inward, tightening, taking you deeper and deeper to the bottom, the heart, and through to the other side. The third thing said, when you hear this, you will know you're in new you. He said, we build you till nothing remains. He said, under the conceptual reality, behind this reality, you must want these ways to drag you away. He said, baby, 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 yeah, orange peel. The third thing was a monster. He'd tear apart any ordinary person crossing his path. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden.
Jesse's not ordinary.
There was nothing ordinary about Faden.
That's right. Jesse's not ordinary, so she can deal with that. Meaning I can deal with that. So let's go and deal with it then. The third thing, that's how we call it. So because one thing is the Taken, another thing are the Hiss, and third thing is Hartman. Combination of both. We understand that. So let's see. More things to read. The Shadow. Supernatural entity A010, aka the Shadow, is an aggressive blank consisting of 3 known types. Type A, localized manifestations of sentient blank capable of occupying organic and inorganic material as well as exerting blank over its surroundings. Type B, shaded individuals, human bodies blank by the Shadow. These individuals become notably more aggressive but do seem to retain blank of their previous selves. Research is ongoing as to whether this condition is reversible. Shaded objects, similar to type B, except that what am I doing here? Why can't I read that? Inanimate. Yes, that's right. Inanimate. Alright, let's leave it be. Not moving objects are blank solely to be used as destructive tools. Each type seems to work towards a shared goal, possibly targeting certain individuals, see AWE 35, which may imply a shared link to a blank intelligence. The threat this entity poses warrants immediate exploration of offensive defensive measures. The investigation sector is being outfitted with additional lighting sources, some internally powered, to prepare for the eventuality of an blank. Cool. Well, stumbled on the reading part there, but that's fine. That happens. Not a problem. Okay. Didn't think I could unlock that. Let's read one more. Eagle Limited, AWE 44. A train derailment resulting in 62 casualties and numerous injuries was suspected to have been the work of a paracriminal group known as Blessed, probably. As a result of this event, the agents discovered that one of the cars had become altered with a persistent auditory event. It remains to be determined whether the AWE was spontaneous or the direct result of the sabotage. And when the response, the Bureau had been tracking said group at the time, and the intel gathered suggested that an event of this caliber was imminent in Bloomington. As a result, a response team on site was able to respond to the train accident site within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find emergency processes underway, but also equipment left behind by the suspected group. A suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigation of the accident site revealed a curiously undamaged train car that exhibited an altered state when entered. This individual car was secured and transported to the investigations sector for further studies. Alright, great. Let's listen to this one.
My understanding of the darkness is fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance. By its very nature, it abhors comprehension. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light source can be used as protection even weaponry against this metaphysical gloom. And then there are the artists. I know for a fact that Tom, Wake, the Anderson brothers, and Lane all had some involvement with the darkness. The question is whether their uncanny ability to affect reality through their art beckons the darkness, or did their work perhaps even create it? With Wake now secure in my lodge, I expect I shall grow closer to learning the answers to these questions. Assuming he cooperates, which is proving quite the challenge. Well, perseverance is the foundation of knowledge. Speaking of, I must be off on my rounds.
Man, it would be crazy going through this AWE DLC without actually playing Alan Wake. That you'd be missing so much. There's no point in doing that, in my opinion. Why would you? Just play the first game, the Alan Wake one. Alright, so this, he recorded that when he captured Alan Wake. So he was studying the darkness and he knew about it. Can't open that. Cool. Alright, good to hear, but God, I hate that guy. Even listening to him is just pissing me off. I don't like him at all. I didn't want to break that, sorry. Okay, but that was an accident too. I didn't want to do that either. But that's fine. Should I explore first, or maybe this will just light up the whole room so I don't have to deal with the... Let's see. Yeah, it did lit up. Alright. I could put a power cord there as well. I didn't know I took the grenade. Oh, we didn't have flying soldiers yet, which is proven to be quite annoying. Right, got him. He's Ranger Airborne. Man, so much stuff to read. This subgroup of his corrupted rangers has manifested the ability to levitate, similarly to his elevated agents. However, these airborne his rangers display no telekinetic abilities and simply continue to use mundane bureau weaponry. This evolution being so similar to the elevated possibly indicates that his can share permutations through a type of network or perhaps osmosis. However, the fact that this development in his rangers has only been observed in the investigations sector may indicate that an environmental factor is responsible. They could be responding to an altered item or other paranatural element found only in that sector. Or perhaps this is the natural progression of the his ranger phenotype. Not enough time has passed to determine a conclusive trajectory of development for each of his manifestations, assuming any such trajectory exists. Alright. Multimedia. Dr. Hardman's Notes, The Darkness. We heard that. In its entirety. Look at this. So many of these documents again. That's just crazy how many there are in this DLC. NASA Cooperation Review. Following the NASA/FBC Coordination Agreement of 1972, the Bureau has provided NASA with numerous technological advancements based on our research, including the black rock lining now found in all spacefaring vessels. In return, all data gathered during space missions is made available for Bureau researchers to analyze. Wow, that's cool. Cool little made-up thing. So black rock is actually in the vessels, right? Recently, certain individuals have raised the concern that this relationship does not adequately benefit the Bureau, either intellectually or financially. A thorough examination of the costs accrued by both organizations has shown that the expense of NASA's recent launch of the blank far outweighs any spending related to the processing and delivery of black rock. From its medium Earth orbit, the blank will provide the Bureau with an unparalleled resource for remotely monitoring and photographing AWE sites, a resource that would be lost if the partnership ends. It is the opinion of this committee that maintaining a cooperative relationship with our colleagues at NASA is of vital importance. So that's how they can... it makes sense. That's how they can monitor everything. Cool. So NASA gives them access to the satellites in space. Right, cool. Oh, Ahti's missions. Yeah, I'll return to these in a little bit. So we've got some side missions here as well. Black Market. A black market hub specializing in the trade of occult talismans, relics, and other assorted ceremonial objects, as well genuine, altered, and supernatural materials, was raided in blank Czech Republic by a team of special investigators. Unsuccessful attempts by suspects to escape using altered items resulted in numerous casualties and prevented the Bureau from questioning all participants. The following interrogation revealed that not only is there a vast network of these retailers, but that they seem to be gathering information on altered items and other supernatural materials from sources unknown to the Bureau. The Bureau's concern here is threefold. A. There is a growing underground market for supernatural materials, which implies a growing awareness of their existence among a niche group of the general public. B. These criminal individuals do not seem aware of the item's supernatural powers, and their attempts to activate them could prove devastating if done in populated areas. C. The motivations of these collectors are largely unknown. That might be something we will deal in the second control, like we have this faction of paracriminals. That could be cool, actually. Interrogation complaint. Kirkland, so you put me on desk duty just because I did the thing I was fucking hired to do? My job? Want to know what I call that? Bullshit. Asking us to interrogate these scum without using words like altered items or AWEs or paracriminal is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life, and I've heard some fucking stupid things. They already know the facts, hell, they know just as much as us, if not more. And they get to sit there laughing at us while we dance around our words, trying not to leak classified terminology. They already know the fucking terminology. If you think pulling me off the case will stop me, then think again. That piece of shit blew up those tracks. He killed those people all to make a train turn altered. We have him dead to rights, and you need to let me back in that interrogation cell so I can get him to flip on his buddies. These people are terrorists and deserve to be treated as such. This won't stop unless we stop them. You can go ahead and put me on suspension. See if that slows me down. Agent Hewitt. Familiar name, maybe? Feels a little bit familiar. Let's check this other toilet. Oh, we've got a recording. Let's listen.
Reminder. All employees are required to report their hours at the end of each month. The Federal Bureau of Control maintains that time is not subjective, and hours passed on alternative planes cannot be claimed. Astral dives do not accumulate overtime compensation. Thank you for your attention.
I mean, they should. Those are some that is some dangerous work, as we learned about those astral dives. That seemed really worth some compensation.
Day 6 inside the motel. Utilized surveillance methods are as follows. Fiber optic cameras slid under the individual room doors. Motion detectors in the lobby area. Tripwire, triggering a flash camera across the main entrance, even fingerprint powder on the front desk. Results are varying at best, but mostly just inconclusive and unusable. The footage is corrupted. Sometimes even the equipment is damaged. I don't know how exactly. I think this place is making fun of me. That's the only explanation. I can hear them laughing and screaming behind the closed doors. I can hear the call bell go and ding multiple times a day, but when I look, there's no one there. I know I'm supposed to stay out of sight, but I've seen the doors closing just before I can catch even a glimpse of anyone or anything. They're messing with me. Whoever they are. I think... Wait. Shh. There's something. I gotta get this. Gotta get the cable out. Come on, you fiber optic fuck. Cooperate. Okay. There we go.
Is that the end?
Alright. That was faint, but I definitely heard movement coming from the hallway. I think I might have finally caught one. Ha! The recording better work this time, or I swear to God I'll... What? Hello? Who's there? Oh, shit. I'm with the FBC. Move away from the door. I have a... Where's my...
And the music here. Is that the end? Still hear the record. I mean, we can see the recording moving still. Guess that's the end, right? Must be. Yeah, okay. No point waiting around. Yeah, let's look for some more documents to read. I've not had enough. It was a weird sentence. Fine, we did that, we did this. Let's take these 3.
Darkness everywhere. New day, same old bloody city, said the old lady. Like tar but good for nothing. Get rid of it.
Okay.
The air in here is getting bad. The vents, they are full of mold shit. It's no good for you. Headache, nausea, mold land, depression. But how can you tell when you are in?
Was he speaking English? I couldn't understand him. I thought I got some word here and there, but maybe not. It seemed like he just made those up, or maybe he's speaking Finnish.
Have died standing up. Lighten them up.
Ah, more plants. All right, let's go make some new friends.
She's so excited about that. That's so cool. Okay. Alright, Jesse. I think I remember one of those plants. I wanted to give this place the power core, but I can't. There's just that one and I can't take it off. That sucks. Let's just go here. I feel like there was a plant here, wasn't there? Yeah, there was, but I can't talk to it. Oh, okay. Right, how much time do we have? Yeah, well, I might wrap this up, actually. There's a control point right here. Great place to stop, so... Yeah, and there's some, crossroads kind of room in front of me, so... Yeah, there will be something interesting there. Fine. Let's end this then. Cool, I'm very excited for this. To be honest with you, I like it more than Foundation so far. I mean, it's not really... I don't think it's that surprising since we do have some more information about Alan Wake, and that's a great character, great story, and I want to learn more. We know that Hartman is probably our enemy here. Looks creepy, but yeah, definitely will beat him, and there is way too much reading here. Yeah, just distracted me. Alright, way too much reading and listening, which is cool, I guess. Maybe it's just in these first parts, since these are like offices and operations center and such. Maybe later down the road then there won't be as much. Maybe there will be. I mean, it's interesting information, so it's fine. But yeah, let's wrap it up. So, great DLC for now. I'm very excited what this will lead to. And yeah, I'll see you in the next part then. So thank you very much for watching, and bye.